One of the best things about blockchain is that you can leverage the power of flash loans to borrow millions of dollars of cryptocurrency to produce passive income. And there's tons of different ways to do this. But what's the easiest way to produce passive income guaranteed that works right now in 2025? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to break down in this video today as a blockchain developer myself who works this technology on a daily basis, who's done exactly what I'm talking about in this video. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. So if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory, and on this channel, I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, then smash that like button down below and subscribe. All right, so let's get into this. Let's talk about the easiest way to make passive income with flash loans guaranteed in 2025. Now, there's dozens of ways to make passive income in crypto, things like staking, lending, yield farming, trading bots. But there's one way in particular that stands out from all of the rest because it's guaranteed to make passive income. It outperforms most people in crypto, and it's pretty easy, okay? As long as you can copy and paste and you can click a few buttons, this is possible. But, most people can't do this because they're not a developer or they don't have access to a developer who can help them do this. But I've got you covered because this strategy is only made possible by flash loans where you can borrow millions of dollars in cryptocurrency completely risk-free. And I'm going to show you how that works in this video, but if you want to unlock this cheat code and make passive income with flash loans, then make sure you hold your spot for the Flash Loan Masterclass next Thursday on February 13th. Inside, I'm going to show you everything from A to Z on how to make passive income with flash loans and give away my passive income app that I'm going to show you in this video. So trust me, you don't want to miss this. Hold your spot with the link down below. Okay, so let's jump back in. Let me outline exactly how this works, okay? So quick disclaimer, there are some risks associated with this particular strategy. I'll clearly outline those in this video, so make sure you watch until the end just to see what that looks like. So let's start with the basics. In case you're not familiar with what flash loans are, basically it's a technique where you can borrow millions of dollars in cryptocurrency for free on the blockchain as long as you pay it back in the same transaction. So what the heck does that mean? Well, basically, blockchains have simple transactions and complex transactions. A simple one's like, hey, just send crypto from my account to yours. And that's just got one set of instructions. But a complex transaction might have multiple steps like, borrow some money, do something with it, and then pay it back all in the same transaction, okay? And that's how flash loans work. So what can you do with them? There's so many different things you could do with them. You can do trading bots, okay? You can do liquidations, you can do other types of trading, but there's one strategy in particular that I want to focus on this video that is guaranteed to make passive income. Like you just do it, you set it and forget it, and it works. And for that reason, it stands out from all these other strategies. So how does it work? Well, in order to understand it, you've got to understand some basics about different ways to make passive income in crypto, one of which in particular is liquidity mining, okay? So what is that? How does it work? Well, let's pull up this application here on my screen. This is Moonwell. Okay, so this is a savings and lending app that runs on the base blockchain or the base layer 2 on top of Ethereum. So if I click through this app, you can see that it's got some different markets. Okay, so what are these markets? Well, essentially this app works like a bank where you can connect your crypto wallet, okay? And you've got cryptocurrency that you can deposit into this application and start earning interest on it, sort of like a bank, all right? So you can see one market here, USDC. This is a stable coin. It's a cryptocurrency that's pegged to the US dollar. Its price, doesn't change relative to the US dollar. And you can currently see that if you put USDC into this application, it'll earn you 12.6% interest per year. And what I'm going to show you is that you can actually use flash loans to increase this number dramatically. Okay, so how's that going to work? Well, let's just talk again about a normal user about how they use this application. So you go to it, you can connect your wallet, you can put a cryptocurrency into it, and you can supply and you can earn interest. Now, the app also supports borrowing, okay? So basically, you can take out a loan from the application as well. But here's the caveat. If you're going to take out a loan from the application, all right, you have to also deposit cryptocurrency in order to do that. So it's like a secured loan. You might say, like, why would you want to borrow money if you have to deposit money already? Well, a lot of people do it for different reasons. Things like speculative trading. If you have another volatile crypto asset, maybe you want to borrow a stable coin against it. There's many different reasons why people want to do this, but that's just one example. Now, as a normal user, you have a limitation with this application, which is if you deposit one cryptocurrency, you have to borrow a different cryptocurrency through the application user interface, all right? But here's the beauty. As a blockchain developer, you have access to the smart contracts that power this application. Again, this application is just a website that talks directly to a blockchain. It talks to some smart contracts, and you can bypass the user interface and actually do things that normal users can't do. Like what? What's an example? Well, you can actually borrow the exact same cryptocurrency that you're depositing. So why does that matter? How does that help you earn passive income? Well, that's where the flash loans come into play, because basically what you can do is you can increase the amount of money that you are depositing into this application, because in the exact same transaction, you can turn around and borrow against the exact same asset and then pay back the flash loan. And then you have way more money sitting in this application earning interest than you would have if you had never taken out a flash loan. So let me pull up a diagram on my screen and show you how that works. So let's say that you wanted to deposit something like $30 into this application. Okay, I'm using that as just a really simple, small number because it's a relatable number to pretty much everybody. And it also makes for easy math when we're calculating how this works. Okay, so if you wanted to, deposit $30 into this application, you could earn, 11% on that particular deposit. Okay, but what if you took $30, all right, and then you took out a flash loan for $70, and then you parked that into the application? All right, that's step one. And in the exact same transaction, step two, you turn around and borrow the $70 that you requested a flash loan for, and then paid back the same transaction. Okay, now you have $100 sitting in the application instead of just $30. And now you're earning interest on that $100 instead of $30, which is going to allow you to earn a lot more passive income by using this application than a normal person would. Okay. Now, not to mention the fact that if you do this over and over again and you compound your gains, you can actually reinvest the profits and then increase the total principal into the application, making it even more money over time. And really that snowball can start to take into effect. You can increase these interest rates and you could double your money in a relatively short amount of time compared to some other strategy. And that's the beauty of this is, this is only possible by using smart contracts, because again, you can't do this through the user interface of an application like Moonwell. You actually have to hook into the smart contracts themselves, which means that really not many people are going to be able to do this. You can only do it, number one, if you are a developer, or like I said, number two, you have access to a developer who can help you do this. And really, that's what I'm here to help you finish. Now, I know that explanation probably went by pretty quickly, but let me clarify a couple things about how this works. So again, I use numbers in 30 and 70 for a reason, okay? Again, because those numbers are low, they're accessible to a lot of people. You can scale these to 300 to 3,000, plus. All right. But that's just the simple math, because 30 plus 70 equals 100, right? Now, why those particular ratios? Well, if you go look at the USDC market on this particular application, you're going to see something called a collateral factor. All right. Which basically means that if you're going to deposit money in this application to take out a loan, you can borrow only up to 83% of what you've deposited. Okay. So let's just say, again, for simple math, you deposit $100 into the application, you can only borrow 83% of that value. So $83 is your maximum loan amount. All right. Now, I back that down to 70 to basically be well below this threshold, because at the beginning of this video, I talked about, there are some risks associated with this strategy, and that's really the main risk on the table. Okay. Basically, if you were to try to borrow more money that was beyond this collateral factor, you could get liquidated and lose the funds that you've deposited into this application. But if you're using stable coins, like whose price don't change, all right, and you're staying well below that collateral factor, down at 70% as opposed to 83%, you're going to be pretty clear of these types of risks. They don't disappear completely, hear me, full disclosure, but it is a lot safer than trying to borrow like 82%. And so that's a summary of how this strategy works. So again, what are the big benefits here? Number one, it's pretty much easy. It's copy and paste. As long as you can follow step-by-step instructions and click some buttons, it can work. It's set it and forget it. Once you deposit, it just sits there and, earns passive income for you. You don't have to do anything on a daily basis until you're ready to withdraw the funds. All right. It's guaranteed passive income as long as this application exists. You're going to have access to strategies that most people can't do. And other benefit is like this exists on the base blockchain or the base layer 2. So the fees that you're paying to the network to do this are incredibly low compared to a higher cost chain like Ethereum. And so this is truly a strategy that you do not want to sleep on. Now, again, I'll just re-hammer home the risks. Okay, I talked about them a second ago with the collateral factors, but obviously there's other risks on the table. Like anytime that you're custodying your own crypto, like you could be your own worst enemy and lose it, right? Your wallet could get hacked. You could send it to the wrong place. You know, all the normal stuff. If you're using a stable coin, it could depeg. But really the biggest one is you don't want to borrow too much money and get liquidated. But that being said, there's always going to be higher risks in search of higher returns. But if you use the best practices, then of course you can greatly mitigate these risks. So that's an overview of how you can leverage the power of flash loans to increase the amount of money that you can earn through yield farming with the set it and forget it passive income application that is dead simple. So if you want to see how you can unlock the power of flash loans to make passive income, then make sure you hold your spot for the Flash Loan Masterclass next Thursday, February 13th. Inside, I'm going to show you everything you need to know from A to Z on how to make passive income with flash loans, and I'm going to give away my passive income application that I outlined in this video today. So trust me, you don't want to miss this. Hold your spot with the link down below. So that's all I've got for today. And until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.